Make sure you listen to my daddy's podcast right now. Is it best show in the world?
Yeah, since I was 16, been doing my thing. Was ripping and running and gunning, next thing you know, I'm in the vein. Forced to live with the worst of the murderers, robbers, and dirtiest things. Come on to some O's of that coca, I sold the YOLO to eat. Bagging and tagging the dope on the digi clock, I don't know about no bangs. You can ask about me, got my city locked, I don't know about these lanes. Big bro, he behind me to get him out. What the fuck do he mean? All these muscles behind me with semis cocked. You knew what it kids came in from Sicily. Clips came from the Middle East. One bitch just is not enough. I am a bigger to figure me. Show hope and compassion or sympathy. Turn you to a murder mystery. Said he went hard in these city streets. Now he's somewhere with a fishy. Your baby mama's a fishy. You buy hot diamonds from Tiffany. She hollering about how she love me. I tell her, baby, stop kidding me. Pouring champagne, popping bubbly. She wanna fuck with this dick ain't free. I'm trying to get me some money. This always coming to Hillary. Fuck as you mean? Fuck as you mean? You niggas know you can't.
Yeah, this is episode number 19, and that song right there was "Fuck As You Mean" by Big Mo Rax. What it is, world? I hope everyone is having a wonderful week. This is your favorite podcast, the Cards Face Up podcast. Today I got two cool ass cats on the phone with me. You know, of course we're doing our social distance due to all the coronavirus restrictions. So coming to you live from their own place of their own hospitality is Mr. Dante Wall. You know,
what's
what
going
up, Dante?
on? That was good music. It had was it a Poltergeist theme or it was good for Halloween. I like
Fuck
that.
What you mean? Niggas ain't fucking with my team. Big Rax. You feel
like
me?
that.
And we got a new guest host, you feel me? Miss Sydney Santana.
Hi, guys.
How are you, Miss Sydney Santana, a.k.a. Niecy?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Look, I'm blessed. I mean, we made another week. It's always a good thing to make it through another week, right?
Closer and closer to election day.
Oh, yeah. Y'all voted yet?
I did.
Okay.
Well, I did my third one the other day. I still got a couple more to do before the third.
Send me a couple of them.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I give you some. It's just like income tax season. I got extra kids. If you want to file, I'm like, I can do all that stuff.
Perfect.
I hear federal prison is cool.
I hear. I mean, you can get some good names, good aliases there, and you sell them.
Look, that's what I heard. I heard it's a
wonderful place. They voted
place,
87 times.
I won't be there. But it is what it is. You know, enjoy yourself there. You know, I think they're up to like PlayStation 3 now. So shit. It was some great games on that.
There's some games I didn't beat. There's some Final Fantasies I didn't get to the end.
Look,
got too much
doing
to
that
do.
Time. What they say, I did that on my hands. It's nothing. You feel me? From
right.
The door. You
can
handle that.
Yeah, I can. As long as I can take my own controller, I don't need to put that in the stores.
You look like a right-handed one too, so your right hand gonna come out a lot bigger than the left hand. But look, it's gonna be okay.
If it didn't grow oversized during the COVID season, I don't think jail gonna matter. I'm still even so far.
COVID season, you know, you got your choices still. You could go outside, nigga. Jail, you ain't got no choices.
Nah.
It's Pamela. It's Pamela.
Right. Thelma and her 4 sisters.
Look. Speaking of pleasing yourself, right? Because you were speaking of that shit with your right hand.
Well, somebody pleasing themselves. I got you.
Yeah, whatever. Speaking of that, and since we got a young lady on the phone, it makes it even doper. How do y'all feel about pussy pockets? Pocket pussies. What are they? They pocket pussies, right?
Pocket pussies.
Oh, I don't know. Don't act like I'm the official. Is that okay?
You look,
then, you know.
You look like the spoke. Would you say you're not only a client, you're the player president?
Hey, I don't have one. I don't have one.
So how would you feel? All right, so females always got, you know, dildos, and you know, I don't know about other men in life, but I know I've came inside of a room and be like, there's no way if you putting that shit inside you that you think I'm gonna do anything. I'm not doing any damage.
Oh, you're saying once you walk in the room and see the Eiffel Tower, you might as well go back downstairs.
What is we here for?
Is that the broomstick?
Yeah, why are you disappointing yourself? This shit there's no way you're taking that on the regular and you think this is gonna make it.
You just got to try to put a bid in for your time.
It's still
Dante,
nothing like the real thing.
the real thing ain't gonna feel nothing if you fucking opened it up so wide. Dante, what's that shit you said one thing one time before? You was like, it's like throwing a hot dog down the hallway.
Oh
No,
yeah,
what
the
you think
guy
about?
told me that I was a guy was working on my car one day, and a chick came over. I was like, oh, okay. So she went to his house. I was like, who is that? He said, oh, that's my sister. Don't even think about it. It'd be like throwing a hot dog down the hallway.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, man, I laughed so hard.
That's
That was
funny as
perfect.
shit. So how would you feel, Miss Sydney? How would you feel if your man came home and he said, hey boo, you know, our sex game is great, it's wonderful, but you know that time of the month be hitting sometimes, and sometimes you know you already shaking your head. You can't shake your head until you hear the question.
Yeah.
so she's already out of it.
Just try to take some of the stress off you.
I would think this nigga done lost his mind. But look, he just want a pocket pussy. He just want a pocket pussy for those 3 to 7 days that y'all get every month, you know, to have some fun.
No, because period don't have nothing but a sentence. So that's not really an option.
Okay.
He run red lights all the time. It's okay.
Just stay on the gas. Ain't no need to stop.
I'm always ready.
That ain't more motion in the ocean. That's more ocean in the ocean.
Hey.
Yo. I don't. All right. So, and Tay, back to you. All right. So, Tay, you have, let's say you got a female. How do you feel about the dildo situation? Because I feel like the dildo situation and the pocket pussy is damn near the same thing.
You know,
pocket pussy,
I'm telling you, when you meet a new girl, you know, they keep that nightstand drawer just slightly open. You notice some things. I've been surprised by some of the things that they running with. Now, granted, I'm just gonna go ahead and say I'm probably good competition for them, so it is what it is. But I would prefer that they stay closed during the time of our relationship. They can go back to it when I'm gone.
All right, so you don't mind? She's your main chick, though. You don't mind her having
my main chick?
Yeah,
no, I don't want it. No, I prefer them not to need to do that. Because the second that they not ready when I'm ready, then I'm just gonna swear that you don't let that damn thing wear you out, and then you ain't got nothing left for me.
That's not true.
It's gonna be the reason for the argument.
But what happened if, you know, you happen to come up a little short and she's still waiting? She gotta do what she gotta do.
I'll let you know when I'm 75, because I don't expect that to happen.
That's not gonna work. That's a selfish lover.
But listen, we can't have a pocket pussy. Y'all can come up short too.
Yeah.
And I think the pocket pussy. I think the pocket pussy. Shit. I think the pocket pussy comes with sound effects now, so it's like.
They come with features. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you could get the ultimate package.
You must have been at that new store on Baltimore Street. I ain't know about the extra features.
I was trying to get us some sponsorship. This is Card Face Up in Pocket Pussy. Brought to you by Pocket Pussies across the world.
From youlubeit.com.
youlubeit.com. Why wait? Please yourself. You're great.
Right. That's better than the big booby ads that they put up there. Do this in Baltimore. Like they can tell where you are. Not that I look at them.
I was going to ask you, you would know that because...
You know, advertising. I took an advertising class.
Oh,
I'll say that.
Just thought I'd check.
Yeah.
He said he took an advertisement class.
Yeah, they just started talking about porno advertisements. It was part of the class, you know, part of the curriculum. I couldn't complain.
Okay, got you. Okay.
If y'all say so. Did y'all watch that motherfucking fight last night? You feel me? Baltimore's own.
Oh my goodness.
Devontae Davis. I know you watched it, Niecy, because we was talking.
Yep.
So you watched it. What did you think?
I did. I thought it was one of his toughest fights. He definitely had to put some work in. It wasn't a quick boom, boom, boom type thing. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think he did a good job. I think they said he doesn't know if he's going to stay in the 135, 130 weight class.
Right.
But he's definitely doing his thing.
Santa Cruz passed the shit.
How many rounds did it go?
Definitely is.
6. It went 6 rounds. But it was a good one. I think most of the judges had 2 to 3 at that time. By the time we got to the 6th round, it was going Devontae way. You feel me? Yeah, it was going his way. You feel me?
And what's the next class? 155? 150?
40, right?
140, I think. Yeah, I think it was 140.
If you 135, it should be. Oh, well, no, that's not really much of a move then. He should be able to do that.
Yeah. But
But
Shorty
for this
did
to be
thing.
his first pay-per-view fight, I think he gave a good show.
First pay-per-view fight without actually getting the pay-per-view buzz. You know, that shit, you know, it's Corona season,
And
so
yeah,
they're
and you
not
would
able
think,
to have, the fans not out there. You know, it's a crowd out there, but it's not a big fans. It's not what a normal pay-per-view
it's a
special
lot
would
of
have.
competition now too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
It was
everybody and
UFC
their
on
mother
last
got a
night.
new streaming service.
It was UFC on last night at the same time, and it was
Mhm.
also the battle against Mook and Tay Rock, another Baltimore. You feel me? Baltimore was doing well. I ain't gonna say Baltimore. Tay Rock, I think Maryland, but I think he's from one of the surrounding counties. But that was on last night too. So I know most of my friends is into music and shit like that. From what I hear, Mook murdered Tay Rock. That's just what I hear. I ain't not true, but Devontae Short, they shot out to Baltimore, got that W for us. It is. That was very important. You feel me?
I
And
gotta
then
watch
I mean, Shorty said this, Tay. They say, so who's next? You know who you want
Line
next?
them
You
up.
say who you want. He said, line them up, I knock them down. You
I
feel me?
go
I'm the
one
champ.
by
I ain't about to.
it.
Said I'm the champ. I ain't about to fucking name people. They name me, and I
Right.
knock them down.
Right.
Hey,
What
so
that money
I
saying?
I respected that, but I ain't like I said. Santa Cruz had some fast hits. I think that's where he got lost. That Shorty fast, but he got caught into just throwing the motherfucking punches, boy. And
not
you know,
protecting itself.
you got to remember
Ready for it to come back to him. I saw that nice uppercut, man. That showed his whole world. I thought his head was going to spin off.
I ain't seen the part how long he laid on that motherfucking ground. He was on the ground for a minute. I'm talking, yo, it was like 2-3 minutes. That nigga got up like this.
Yep.
That nigga got up like Martin and shit. I don't want to fight no more, mama. I don't want to fight. So it's what's the name, man? But I did what I will say is his story made me a fan of him. You feel me? His father had just his father is his trainer or whatever. He's fighting cancer. But not only is he fighting cancer, he caught COVID recently. He was in the hospital for 30 days. They said for a month, and they said he flatlined 2-3 times. And Shorty said that he got that call about his father, you know, saying that he's not going to make it through the night. And, you know, you can't get to your family members, things of that sort. So they kind of had to, you know, basically say their goodbyes, I guess, over the phones, you feel me? And, you know, FaceTime and shit like that. So that was big. And, you know, him saying that his father went through that situation and made it through that situation. His father was pivotal in inside his life and things in his fighting career. And his father is the one that told him, take that fight. You know, that was big. Like if it wasn't against Tank, a Baltimore native, I would have been rooting for Shorty just for the fact of his story. You feel me? And then what made it doper, your father was in a wheelchair. They showed you his father in a wheelchair. Your father got up out the wheelchair and got in the ring with him from the beginning of the fight, and then stood on the side when they thought that his father wasn't even going to be able to be inside that platform because you can't get the wheelchair up there. You feel me? So see yo come through that. You feel me? So my opinion, I would say this, Mr. Cruz. You ain't win this one, but I do hope that you win a lot in the future. You feel me? But you came up against a Tank, that motherfucking left hand undercut, knocked your ass on the floor, nigga. Boy, that shit, but man, boxing be making me feel like I could fight and shit. I swear to God.
Oh yeah, everybody, man.
Well, I think it was also.
I can deliver some devastating blows watching pay-per-view. I think I might have killed some people in the ring by accident.
Oh my goodness!
I hit the wall the other day. I fucked my whole hand up.
Oh my goodness! But I think it was also pretty dope that although Tank won the fight, he still said like he shouted out, you know, Cruz's father and said that he was the real champion of tonight. Like it's bigger than boxing. It's a thing of life.
That was nice.
Together.
That was nice.
It definitely showed real sportsmanship, humanitarianism. Like it was great.
Yeah, I think that went over a lot of people's head when he said that. I think it went over a lot of people's head because I think they wasn't expecting him to say that.
Right.
He did, and I think he did some good shit when he said it. It was some real responsible stuff. And
that was great.
I thought it was dope. But
it was racist.
I said gracious, not racist.
Oh, gracious.
That was gracious.
I thought when Tank came out with that motherfucking Mexican stuff on, I thought he was being racist. I said, oh, he's a disrespectful motherfucker. Look, I was like, if this ain't some Baltimore shit for you, this disrespectful.
Yes, just
Knowing we all party down Hollandtown, nigga, stop it.
Oh my gosh.
But he was doing that to support him.
But you know, every year I gotta do a Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. Flashback videos. I gotta watch it for like a day or two, or just all their knockouts and that hit. I mean, that's some good old school fighting right there.
Facts.
I looked at the price of that fight. Allegedly, it's only going to be $49.99 on pay-per-view, but Tank was $75 last night. I was like, that's crazy.
Damn.
Yep.
Damn. Yeah, I ain't pay. It was one. Look,
don't pay next time.
Look.
He knew him in the corner.
It was wonderful though. I really that 6th round. That's what I want you to watch. That 5th and 6th round. Well, they was going at it for a second. You feel me? It was just yeah. You know, Tank just got a powerful fucking hit. But when you got a dude with a powerful hit versus a person that's just hitting, a lot of shit, you know. And then I think people when they fighting up against Shorty, they forget that he's taught now by Mayweather. I mean, it's the defensive king. Like nigga, he specialized in not getting hit out that motherfucker. Like. So, you know, you mix that technique with being able to actually throw a hard ass punch.
Devastating blow.
Yeah, if you wait that motherfucker out, but Shorty had a good jaw, I ain't gonna lie, because he took a couple of them motherfuckers. That left hand uppercut, that shit was coming. It was coming. I'm like, whoo. You're lucky that one ain't connect, but boy, when that bitch did connect, I saw his soul jump out the ring, it kissed his father, and it ran. It was like, fuck this fight, I'm done. You feel me? The soul catchers brought it back and shit. That's when he woke up. They put it back in. The nigga stay in here. He's like, oh, what happened?
What's this? Lovecraft Country?
Right.
His
yeah, that's what it
came back, body jumping around.
Nigga, that's what it looked like, Shorty. That shit.
I definitely should have watched it then. I was waiting for another episode, and the damn thing went off 2 weeks ago.
Exactly, and then you got this with souls jumping out of bodies in boxing rings.
Yeah, black souls. Good stuff.
I never seen it. I need to watch that show.
Lovecraft Country.
You ain't watching it yet?
I've never seen it.
Oh my goodness, you already know what you're gonna do for the rest of the day.
How do you watch TV though?
Right, catch up.
How do you watch TV? Do you watch TV like you're fully focused, or are you like me that you're on your phone, you're doing this, you're doing that while you're watching it?
If I'm binging a show, I'm fully focused. If it's like a show that I know is gonna come back on again, like if I'm watching Power or something, I'll do whatever I'm doing. But if I'm binge watching a show, I'm focused.
This is binge worthy. Don't feed the kids
full
first.
Attention though. It needs your full attention. That's my only problem with it. Is you know, it's one of those things. I'm constantly doing shit. And it's one of those motherfucking shows that I get caught in it, and then I'm fucking. I turn my head for 30 seconds and get back. Be like, how the fuck we end up here? I do a lot of rewinding when I'm watching that. A lot of rewinding.
It's an amazing show.
Ms. Santana, you had a question for the listeners this week. What was that question?
All right, so my question is, do you guys think that your significant other should defend you against his or her family, and why not?
You say defend you like like their first impression of you ain't the best one, and from then on they just start talking shit, or they know stuff about you. Like, what defend you from what?
I think it could be, you can use that, but I think I'm thinking more of, we have a disagreement about something. I feel strongly this way, or maybe you know how mamas be with their sons, they be real close and attached, and you know how that goes. So sometimes the girlfriend may have to, you know, let her presence be known, which can make mama feel a little threatened. And
see, that sound like
maybe boy caught in the middle.
That also sounds like sons be with their mama, because mama don't know what's going on till son and told her something or said something around her. Man, she get on my damn nerves. You know she did this yesterday. Mm-hmm. Next thing you know, she looking at you funny with the spoon in her hand.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's true. Discussing
you gotta watch out for that.
Mm-hmm. I think we definitely set the precedent. You know, like they were saying, we give them a lot of ammunition, you know, dealing with it. That's one of the things, you know, even when I'm talking to my friends and shit like that, a lot of my friends, majority of my shit, all of them more than likely, cannot tell you anything bad about my relationship. You know, they think that shit perfect, because that type of shit becomes ammunition.
Yep.
And people use that shit against you, you feel me? So you just speaking on some anger shit, frustration shit, go to a counselor. Because if you tell it to Big Mama can't, you can't. All right, if I'm your brother, you feel me? Me and you are sisters, right? Me, you my sister, niece. And you tell me, yeah, he smacked me.
Oh,
I
man,
can never forget that. You feel me? So when you go back to it, I can never forget that. So when I'm around this nigga, I'm always gonna have this problem with him. You feel me? And guess what? He didn't even smack you. You might have been mad and just fucking misinterpret something, or just was being an asshole.
You don't misinterpret a smack.
I got smacked
on the side of your
head. He got smacked.
A smack is kind of different. You feel me? But let's
he
say,
kicked me, or did he just walk and bump into me? That's different. But a smack.
Let's say aggressive. Let's say aggressive. A person might say he was trying to. A person might say he pushed me. No, he was trying to get out the house.
Yeah. Might have tried to get your attention, grab the arm too hard.
Like certain shit like that. So and that's the same thing when it comes to arguments and things of that sort. You feel me? When you telling people outside your household what happened, they're building an impression of that person in their head. That impression is terrible. It's hard to get away from in the long run.
And it doesn't get daily updates. So they just keep the bad stuff. Yeah.
And I
was just gonna say, if you are a
update.
person that talks to the outside, you have to make sure you balance the good stuff he does or she does with the bad stuff. Because if you only tell the negative, which is what people do, because they're upset, they're frustrated, they're venting, so you're only hearing the negative, you gotta balance out with, oh, he did this for me, or she did that for me. That way that person gets a whole body picture versus just, oh, he just must be a piece of shit.
Right. Like that smack wasn't so bad.
And then sometimes they not even looking for that shit. Sometimes they don't even want the full picture. Right. So being that they don't want the full picture, it don't matter what the fuck you saying anyway. I've already came up to the fact of your man's a piece of shit or your girl's a piece of shit. And that's what I'm gonna end it with.
But well, I'm sorry. Let me say this because it's funny. I remember 2 times in my life that something happened, and I had no plans on talking to my mother about it. But, sitting there, who knows what I was doing. Maybe I was going to go to a store for something like that. And I brought stuff up, and I couldn't, while I'm talking, I can't believe I'm telling the stuff. So there's been twice that I actually did talk to my mother. So sometimes you can't help it, but other times you do have to be more strategic about the information that you let out the house.
Yeah. And I think sometimes it can also be when a new person comes into the mix, the dynamic changes. So, you hang out with your mom all the time, or a sister all the time, a sibling, whoever, and then you meet somebody new, they have your attention right now. So most of your free time is now going to that person, which possibly leaves the family member a little jealous, thinking, oh, you taking my so-and-so from me, when in actuality, I'm not taking anything. I'm just being me. And that's what people do when they're grown, but especially if they don't have a significant other themselves, then it's really an issue.
They got all that free time.
Yep. You got a lot of free time to talk about everything going on with everybody else.
Yep.
But my opinion totally on the defending part, yes, you should definitely defend, but I think that you should also have it to a point of they know not to speak on it. They know not to.
Absolutely.
Of course, if it's in danger, something that you feel like is endangering your family member, you should definitely speak on it. But your family should know. All right, so back to siblings again. If I'm cool with
you talking about Whitney and Bobby.
Look, if I'm cool with one brother though, right? If I'm cool with one brother, and that's my man, but I don't really fuck with the other brother too tight. You just feel me just hearing passings with that. I still don't have the balls to go to that brother and be like, your brother, bitch, this, that, another. How can I do that without expecting the brother that I'm cool with to want to respond? It's got to be some retaliation, and that's how a relationship has to be. That shit has to be so tight knit that people know, I can't even bring up her man, so I can't even bring up his girl because that's not my plate. You feel me? But so defend them 100%. You should be defending them by all means. And if you feel the need that you're not defending them, then you got to get to the point of why the fuck am I with them? Because if you feel me, I'm defending anything that I love. I don't even fuck I knew everything about my parents growing up. You feel me? Let's say my mother drug usage and things of that sort. I'm gonna say what the fuck I want to say.
But you better
ain't no nigga in this world could say anything about it. You dig what I'm saying? They the fucking greatest. You understand? So those are the things that we got to build our relationships on. We got to build them on that power and that strength to know that, hey, they're the greatest. You don't have you don't know what goes on in these walls, so you can't talk about it because, like we said before, we don't even discuss what goes on. And second of all,
about this 5%, right?
Yeah, who the fuck are you? My father doesn't even talk about my relationship, and me and my father best friends. You know, that's just how it's not a scare thing. He's not scared to talk to me about anything. It's just a respect thing. And I don't talk to him about his relationship. You feel me? It just so happens,
Right.
you know, it's just things that we don't do. I got homeboys. I don't talk to them about their girl and shit like that. It's just not my motherfucking place. So my opinion is, yeah, you should definitely be defending them. Then you got to figure out what the fuck the real problem is to make them feel as though they got any type of opinion on your significant other.
Right.
Well, let me throw a spin in this.
Somewhere.
How do y'all feel about if? So let's say you done taking your girl out. You at say your sister's house, right? And something happens, whatever the case may be, and your sister and your girl get into it. Do you feel like it's your place to jump in it? Like, whoa, we're not going to do this? Or do you feel like, now everybody is grown here, we can figure this out, say what you got to say, what you got to say, and then we'll go from there?
Well, yeah, I'm quick about canceling out negative stuff. So yeah, I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to put an end to it. I'm gonna try not to take sides unless it's something obvious. I'm good with telling the truth. So if my sister is wrong, then she's gonna be told that she's wrong. I don't necessarily have to do it in a blatant way that's gonna be disrespectful and put her at odds with her permanently. But you know, it can't be just hold a blind eye to what you know is true when really you just need to kind of mitigate it, calm everything down, and just kind of move on from there. But yeah, I that's another part of it is, you know, how much of it is true. I mean, you can defend somebody by saying, look, don't bring that up to her, don't talk about it. That's not for discussion. But I mean, you know if the person you with is fucked up or not. You know if they really did do the shit. You know. What you don't bring up that $20 no more. She didn't know it was your pocketbook. It's like,
you knew it wasn't fucking hers.
Right, yeah. Look, but we discussed it another time.
Yeah. But my shit was that, all right. I'm let's peacemake. I'm more about peacemaker. You feel me? Same thing I do with my homie, shit like that. I'm a peacemaker. We're gonna break it up in the beginning and before shit could get escalated. And we're gonna stop it. Let's say it's at a heated moment. We're gonna get between it. We're gonna stop it. But I also got to go to both sides and tell them where the fuck their fault is. Because both sides are wrong at this point. You feel me? All right, so that's my sister. So you're wrong even just for feeling like you got to take it to that point. You feel me? Because that's still my sister.
Right.
And she's wrong for feeling like she got to take it to that point because you're my lady. So both of y'all, in the midst of y'all having your own problem, y'all have disrespected me in both ways. Because I should be enough to make you not go at her, and I should be enough to make you not go at her. That shit it's gotta work both ways. Like y'all gotta, my respect alone. Think about, it's people in this world I ain't punching the mouth just because of who they cool with. Yo, for you, I'm gonna let this nigga breathe. You feel me? Like we've all been at those situations. Like I'm gonna let this nigga breathe. I got kids who I want to smack the shit out of. Grown kids, I'm talking, but I'm cool with their fathers because I got a lot of older. You feel me? Grown kids, real shit. You feel me? And look, I'm gonna let them breathe because that's your people. You feel me? Just keep them away from me, shit like that. Because that's what has to happen. It has to come to a thing of we get home and I get a call from both sides. And my sister like, look, just keep her the fuck away from me. I'm gonna always respect her. I'm gonna respect her because of who you is. You feel me? Because I love you, so I'm gonna respect her. She make you happy. Go ahead and be with her. Just keep the bitch away from me. And vice versa. My girl could say the same thing. Hey, just keep the bitch away from me. I'm gonna respect her. Cause that's your sister, but keep the bitch away from me. And now I got to do my job of, kind of until we can get to a point that we can be family.
Being the middleman.
But yeah,
but,
it's more
that's the thing about
shit.
Who you choose. You know, if you choose somebody that's that volatile, that the second you over your sister's house with your girl and she make a mistake and step on the toe, bitch, watch where you walking. At the end of the day, I think maybe you done picked the wrong one. I mean, it can't just be a matter of it's disrespectful for you to do this. No, you just can't be on a hair trigger because you might have chose the wrong chick.
But what if
I guess because like I had a friend who had a situation where her and the sister did not like her for whatever reason. I guess she thought that the brother might have deserved better, whatever the case may be, right? And they're at the mom's house. The boyfriend and the sister share mom. So at the mom's house for like some kind of holiday event or something. And the sister is like pretending that my friend is not there. So she's just like not talking to her. She's asking the boyfriend questions and she's like almost ignoring her.
Yeah.
So my friend said, I had to let her know, like, hello, I am here. And the sister responded and was like, and I see you, but I'm not addressing you. So it kind of went like, oh, well, it went from there.
She fell for the bait.
Reason she didn't like her. And it kind of was, but my friend was saying, was I wrong for kind of pretty much correcting the sister? Should he have said something, which I think he should have done, but maybe he didn't see.
That's what I was about to say. She fell for the bait. That's what I was thinking. She
fell
for the bait. Like Dante said,
I
but
don't
not
really
really.
need that. I don't really need that one family member. Like I'm good without them.
True, but I think that she wasn't. Fuck the bait. I think that she was dropped off in a situation that he should have picked up on.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? If he should have known,
he should have. But I don't know that
it's some shit going on, and I need to remove the one I care about out of this situation. You feel me? And then I need to correct the situation to the other one that I care about, which is my sister. But for right now, it's removing shit. You feel me? So if I know that somebody is around my lady and they throwing her shade, I have to say something, or I'm gonna remove my lady out of that situation. She shouldn't have to speak up to my family. To my family, she shouldn't have to speak up.
In a room of 5 people, I'm probably gonna only speak to. I'm probably only talk to 3 of them anyway. I mean,
but I mean,
I can only take so much.
When the brothers start passing the plates around you and shit, all right, everybody here's a plate, and you the only one that ain't get a fucking plate. You notice something's going on. I mean, you're here to eat, and you ain't got a plate.
With my hands.
Nah, you ain't getting shit.
Like I go straight for the drumstick.
He passing Kool-Aid around. You don't get no Kool-Aid. Nothing. He just shitting on you. So I definitely think a lot of shit when it comes to family versus spousal versus all that shit, it has to be nipped in the bud by the family member. Because the outside is always going to look bad. They're always going to look, oh, they're overboard, this, that, and another. No, the outside defending themselves. They're not overboard. You can't feel like that. It's a defense thing. It's a defense mechanism. Just like if your significant other, you put them in a situation, they're going to move according to that situation. So I totally hear it. We also had me and Sydney was watching. What is that called? What is that show called?
Red Table Talk? Oh, Red Table Talk?
Red Table Talk, you feel me, with the beautiful Jada Pinkett.
Yeah, I still love her.
Shakur. Beautiful Jada Pinkett Smith, Shakur. And we was watching that, and they spoke on something. It was actually something me and Tay talked about too, you feel me, the gray zones of sex. The gray area in sex, and they say 1 in 3 women will have had unwanted sex before she graduates college. And me and Tay had we spoke about this briefly on another episode prior, you feel me, but we didn't go too far into depth, and I thought that they did a nice job going into it. So we just gonna play a little quick clip of theirs and let y'all hear it, and we'll talk about it then.
Okay. Yeah. So he's gonna be persistent. Yeah. He's gonna be like manipulative at times. He's a hunter. You got to know what the game is. Yeah. Don't get in the game, or once you in the game, you really got to know. Like you got to know your boundaries. Exactly. And you got to know how far to go. But he and Will get into conversations about that all the time because he's like, if she goes to the hotel room, she knows what's up. No, she doesn't. I promise you, not all the time. I don't agree with that.
I feel 100% differently than that. I really do.
Okay, let's be real.
I really feel like
if she goes to the hotel room, let's say maybe she's like, oh, I want to spend more time. Maybe she's not thinking like, oh, it's going to go there straight away, but it has to be in her mind.
But you're not thinking in the same way he is. Especially men who are not sexually disciplined, in my opinion, tend to have a very predatorial.
It's primal.
It's just primal.
That was the the gist of. I thought that part was very, 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 very important because I thought it was a bunch of what's that shit? Malarkey.
Malarkey.
Okay, Mr. Biden Jr.
a whole bunch of malarkey right there, and I saw Willow trying to save her mother. Like, no. Let's say she doesn't. Listen, I'm fucking with Will. I'm with the grandmother. If she goes to the hotel room, she knew what the fuck was up.
I disagree.
Yeah, that's not
why we here.
accurate.
That's why we here.
Yeah.
If you're choosing things to do, you go to the hotel room, you know what's up, because you should never put yourself in that predicament if you did not want to have sex
But
or
you can't.
think that sex with advancement would come. I think that you should know that.
Yeah, but
you can't think sex starts the second that the door closes either.
Yeah, because I feel like I have the right to change my mind. So
right. As soon as the door closes, your only way out.
No, you can still. No, I 100% agree. You can still say no once you get in there, and that should be respected and stopped. Everything should stop, because then it's rape. But you can't be mad at the advancement. And that's what they are talking about. They're mad at the primal. They're talking about the primal. What's the name? Men become predators. You know, and I understand the door at your house may be closed or shit like that. We went to a motel, a hotel, whatever it is. 9 times out of 10, people think that we're going to fuck. That's just what it is. I mean, we're in a hotel. Who the fuck else buys a room? Are we homeless? Are we like, what? I'm not trying to show you a good. It's nothing in the hotel room except for a fucking bathtub and a bed.
I mean, yeah, but I listened to the whole episode, right? And I think what Jada was trying to say was, if she's not saying that I'm mad at the advancement. What she's saying is, if I say no, that should be enough, because I don't have to be like, no boy, get off me, and I get aggressive. I should be able to just say, no, I'm not comfortable with that, and you let it be. But what she was saying is, when a guy hears that, in his mind, that translates to try a different approach. And she's saying, no, if I say no, that should be it. But that's what guys do. You know, you say, no, I'm not doing that. Be good. Can you stop? And that translates to, oh, come on, girl. We grown. We did. Like, they're trying to, their job is to close the deal. They're
like you heard that before.
Say again.
But you know, and I agree with that, because it's so that but because there's 2 elements to it. So you do have the one where the guys with the girl, he's like, oh, you want to do this next? You want to do this next? Every time she's in agreement with what you're going to do. Oh, we ate, you want to go to a movie, you want to go to this, you want to try this, you want to drink this. Like, all of this is gathering up, is culminating to spending more time together in hopes that it's going to reach the jackpot at the end of the rainbow. But if she's enjoying herself and she says, okay, yeah, I do want to, let's go to happy hour. Let's go to wherever people go. Let's try this. Let's taste this. Like, she's still enjoying herself with the guy. Now, once you do say, well, I'm staying at this spot. You want to come over? That is that pull of, do you want the night to end now? You know, like you go get in your car, I go get in mine, or you want to chill a little longer. And I don't think it's unfair for the girl to say, well, yeah, I can come up for a little while. But in our minds, we're typically thinking, okay, that we already know where this is going to go. Right. And Ty, we done had this discussion. Well, once you finally get it, you really getting it thinking you got it about 50 times, because you know already was thinking about hitting when you was going away to the date, while you're at the date, you know, so in your mind, you already there. So the confrontation, the part where you feel like it's just a little more nudging, and then you're there, and she's like, well, I know I'm not going to sleep with him, but I am going to, you know, maybe go watch something and chill for a while before I go. You know what I mean? That confrontation is the one where he's trying to see if it's just a little more and we there, or she's trying to say, how can I end this without us getting to a place where we can't even talk anymore?
We can't be friends.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
Because that part of, no, thank you, I'm not going to do it.
No, get off of me. Now
but if you got to be like, look, get the fuck off me.
Right.
That's a different conversation.
Well, I think that's
right.
Jada and them spoke about that, you feel me, the maturity and things change because we're not taught. You feel me? We are taught of, they made it look like a predator type thing. You feel me?
Well,
I didn't like that part of it.
Predator in the sense of, my job is to get you to say yes, and I gotta try no matter what. Not I ask you what.
That is a very good way they put it.
If I play this song, if I put this scene on,
that changes.
But you just don't take no for an answer. You just keep trying. That's predatory like that.
Right. Do I just keep complimenting you about different things?
Right.
That changes with age, of course. You feel me? I can't see me trying to. I think
growing up, age and experience. It's not just age. It's experience.
You know,
because you got people that's 100 years old and never really got none.
Yeah, I can't see me trying to talk nobody out of no panties right now. I'm too fucking old for that. I ain't got enough fucking energy. Look, doing this or not. I ain't look what it is. You fucking or not.
But see, now that's the other part of it. Is it?
What's the name?
Do you want to ruin that mood?
I mean, then that's the thing. How do you build the mood if you're gonna be took on a prime? You're gonna be looked at as you're trying to just court her and talk her into fucking. You feel me? Because those things are build the mood.
Comfortability, though.
But all right, so most people are going to take into you saying, let's get a hotel room as comfortability that you want to do that. So, all right, y'all not feeling the hotel thing. Then, what's the name? What's Bruce Willis? Demi Moore.
Oh, Rumor.
It's Bruce Willis and Demi Moore.
Yeah, Rumor.
Right?
Indecent Proposal?
Huh?
Okay, go ahead. I'm thinking about something else.
Well, she was on there. Bruce Willis and Demi Moore's daughter was on there, right? And she spoke of a time that she was she felt taken advantage of because she was outside kissing a guy. They went on a date or whatever. She was outside kissing a guy, right? And they kissing. And she like, I invited him to come upstairs. And she said, as soon as the door shut, it's like he was on it basically, and next thing I know, my clothes is off. And she didn't say that they did it, but basically I think we all was supposed to imagine they basically did it. And she felt as though she was taken advantage of. And in my head, I'm like, what the fuck did you think was going to happen? And not to sound mean to somebody, but yo, if y'all are outside kissing, it's already getting hot and steamy. I can't do much out here unless we're gonna fuck outside. You feel me? So once you say stop, let's not. I don't want to use the word stop because that's not what she said. She said I invited him upstairs. We're kissing here. I'm thinking the next step is the fucking like the next step is the fucking like. Let's go somewhere where
the next step is the fuck if that's what you're thinking about. But if you're not thinking about fucking, then that's not the natural next step.
I think I took that a little different because when she was saying that, she said they were out on a date and the date was going well, the PDA going on, kissing everything. And then, but that was during the date itself. And then when it was about to be over, she invited him back to her house. But she said in her mind, she wanted, like you said, she didn't want the night to end, but she wasn't ready to go there. But she said as soon as he came in the house, it became, I'm entitled to your body now. She was like, but although I didn't want to, I think she did say like she didn't want to tell him no at that point because it was just easier to let it happen. But I think her point was, why is, if I invite you, like you said, if I invite you back to my home, does that now entitle you, or you just think that we're going to have sex? Like, I was fine with the kissing, I was fine with the hand holding, but I'm not ready for sex yet. And I need you to understand that even if I physically don't say no, I think Amber Rose brought up body language is still a thing. So if I'm not touching you back, kissing you back, anything, and I'm just sitting there kind of like, oh no, what's happening? I need a man to be aware she not feeling this. Let me stop and ask her, is everything okay? But because men are already, they ready to go and they try and close this deal, it doesn't really matter. As long as she don't say no, stop, it's a go. And I think they were saying that shouldn't be the case. You should look at other things to let you know if she really can't say no. If she ain't feeling it, you got to be a little bit more self-conscious and aware of your surroundings to know this not what she really want to happen.
And see, and that's where experience comes in, because we don't know what this man's experience is when it comes to how many women, once you get to the room, like he's doing what he was trained to do, or what procedure or what he's used, his ritual is, and that's the way it works out. And her, let's give a naive or innocent for that particular incident. If she's like,
well, we can, not to cut
she's
you off.
okay with kissing.
Listen,
she's okay.
Let's listen to the incident then, because let's at least hear that, and then not to cut you off. I want you to jump right back into what you're saying, but I would like that clear hearing.
A couple months ago, and I had hung out with this person for a little while. We were kissing outside, and I said, "Do you want to come in for a minute?" And when I ask you to come in my house, that doesn't mean that I'm saying that you can get me naked. That doesn't mean that I'm saying you can do this. I'm saying you can come into my house. And as soon as I got into my house, it was like
hands everywhere.
Yes. And all my clothes off. And then I just froze.
Really?
I completely froze. And I even have so much shame about bringing that up, because I feel like I'm such this empowered, strong person.
So that was, y'all could get a clear understanding, Dante, because I know you didn't hear the episode. So go ahead.
And that's kind of what I was thinking too. So it's kind of like, well, I don't want to liken anything to it. Let's just say this: if she's in a place where she's comfortable with the guy, she likes the guy clearly because she was kissing him, and she's thinking about, you know, what the potential is, because, you know, we all think about if a person is long term, if a person is short term, are they good for the night, or they good for the life, your lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
So she's thinking about that. Then he's advancing. So let's say it continued going. He's on target. Like, he's thinking everything is the way he's used to it. She's thinking, wait a minute, why is he moving so fast? And then I guess she got to the point where it was past time to say something without it being uncomfortable. So the reason is, I'm assuming she feels like she was taken advantage of, is because it's almost like, I guess she's blaming herself for not having said anything, but not wanting to destroy what they'd already gotten to. And I think a lot of guys have gotten some on that level, because I've even talked to girls and they're like, I didn't mean to do it, I shouldn't have done it, but you know, he was this or he was that. And I'm like, you know, they don't. I think that the problem with, and it has to do with how rape court cases are reported too. The problem is what is actually in your mind, and it's just about guilt, but you didn't actually verbally say anything. And what is actual assault? Because I mean, I don't know. She doesn't sound like he's saying he did anything really wrong, but she felt violated because it happened faster than she would have wanted, but she didn't stop it.
Right. Well, she didn't say that, like, she felt like he raped her, or I think, like you said, it was a mental thing. Like, she knew she should have said something, but what, like Ty was saying, she didn't want to at that point. Well, I did quote unquote lead him on, or whatever the case may be. So I don't want to stop now. I really don't want to do it, but whatever. And like I said, at one point they even said, Amber Rose said, or maybe Rumor said it, like, have you guys ever been in a situation where you're like, it's just easier to get it over and let them finish than stop him? And all the women at the table said, right.
Oh, they did say that? Okay,
I think it becomes like you said, well, I passed the point where I should have said something. He already got the condom on, or he already naked. Like, let's just do it and get it over with. But internally, I feel so bad because I should have said no. This is not
my problem with that. This is my problem with that situation is, and again, it's not to sound cruel to women, but I also don't want men. I feel like when it comes to sex, and men are always out there unprotected. And I don't mean condoms. I just feel like, yo, we have no type of leeway. Oh, you feel me? Like, we're taught to court, and we're taught, you know, you're basically trying to finesse coochie a lot of the times, you feel me, growing up and things of that sort. But we are taught those things, and those are the things that a lot of women compliment us on how we get them to that point of stimulation or wanting to. You feel me? Amber spoke on saying, you know, if I wanted it, we would be on the bed with you. We would be kissing all over you, feeling all over you. No, that's
and how's anybody supposed to know a procedure? That's the thing.
Yeah, all women are not take control. All women are not.
Right. Some are more coy. Some are more aggressive. You don't know. Some want a man to take charge. Others want a man to just stand by and let them do everything.
But then men are out there, or boys, our young boys are not protected by having no type of and a lot of charges when it comes to rape and things of that sort, or even just accusations being put out there are used. A lot of them, and again, ladies, I do not mean to seem like I am not here to protect my beautiful women, because I want to protect all of y'all. You feel me? I'm totally against rape. I'm totally against all of that shit. But we have to call a spade over here on the Cards Face Up. And truthful is, a lot of fucking charges are put out there just because of embarrassment, just because of some shit that you're battling in your own head.
And it may not meant to be malicious either.
I didn't see people get talked into saying it was rape.
What happened.
I didn't see people get talked into saying it was rape. Did you say yes?
Well, if you tell somebody, if you tell somebody by the legal definition that something could be considered rape, and you push them into that place, and I could see somebody using that as I think then that's what happened. And I didn't think about it when you said it like that. You know what I mean? But it's complicated, because, you know, I don't know if you ever say 13 Reasons Why. 13 Reasons Why was a show on Netflix, and one of the things that I noticed on that, and I think they're just trying to be real woke, was the guy, every time that he was ready to have sex with a girl, he was like, "Is this okay? Is this okay?" Like, it was way too goddamn much. Like, he would have ruined any mood that I would have been thinking I would get with the chick. But I mean, they made sure that he said this, "Is this okay?" Every time he touched, every time. And, you know, of course, the girl would give him the come hither look, or she says, "Hey, what do you think?" And then take everything off. but it's just one of those things where you need to have some type of acknowledgement acknowledgement that you know that everybody's on this in the same place. You know what I mean? But how would you feel like if you say, well, you want to do this, you sure want to do this, and they say, well, yeah, I think it's too fast. Never mind. Then you're like, God damn it.
Well, the fucked up shit is I think that's what's supposed to be done. Yo, we are taught. All right, so like I said, men are out there, we're trying to finesse the coochie, things of that sort, and women are out there. Y'all are taught to put up a fight a little bit. And I know you're going to look at me crazy like, the fuck you mean a little bit? We mean that. No, come on now, women. Y'all not being honest. Again, keep a spade a spade. Y'all are taught to act like you don't want it right away because then it makes you seem easy, even though y'all want it. I've been in a room with women, when we about to get to that spot, and I'm, look, you sure? I'm here, ain't I? Oh, but Jada told me that if you come here, it don't mean we fucking. Even though you was outside kissing me, it don't mean we fucking. I'm honestly, don't invite me upstairs after a kissing fest outside and think that I'm not gonna try. I'm going to try. I'm thinking that we only went inside to fuck. Don't come to my hotel room if we're not fucking. I'm automatically thinking that we're fucking. Now, let's go. If you want to take this shit slow, protect yourself, women. Protect yourself, women. Make sure places that he can take it slow. Let's do a park. Let's do fucking let's do places. Yo, you got to get to a point that you understand what it is. And if you know that you're going to a place that it is not protected or things may come up, anything dealing with a home, anything dealing with a fucking bed in the room, you should know that it's a chance that he's going to try to fuck you. And I know that's different for women in college because y'all don't have a lot of places. A lot of them is dorm room. But before you enter that dorm room or before you enter any type of place that you know it could happen, you need to make sure that everything is put on the table. Look, I done had women say that. Look, come on now. Y'all get periods and shit. So you know what I mean, Niecy. Before you go over a dude's house, you talking to a dude, and I know you're in a relationship and all now, but before those days, when you talking to a dude and y'all on the phone and you like, yo, won't you come on over here and see me, Sydney? You know what I'm saying? Come over here and fuck with the boy. You feel me? You like, all right, but I'm on my period, so don't think that you getting none. Yeah. Make shit 100 from the jump with the pussy too. On other shit, hey, I'm gonna come over there and Netflix and chill with you, but that's all. We're not fucking. If that nigga continues to do it or try something after that, then yes. But you also have to realize that kissing leads to hand movement. Hand movements lead to trying to pull the clothes off. Pulling the clothes off.
I said women have to have an excuse not to do it.
But I think that the difference is, well, let me address your first point when you said, put it out there. I know a lot of guys. Oh shit! I know a lot of guys. Even when you put it out there, shut up, Ty. Even when you put it out there,
you look like the fighter last night and shit.
No, but I'm saying even when you put it out there, like I'm not doing nothing, because guys are used to hearing it from, like you said, girls are trying to play hard to get. They still gonna try that hand. That's just, you're gonna make that clear. They're gonna try.
There's still some options.
Right. So it's like she told me up front, but I wouldn't be me if I ain't trying to see what happens. I might get lucky. She might have changed her mind on the way over here. Who knows? So,
but that also shows what could be an incompatibility.
Second.
That also could show what an incompatibility. I mean, all right. So I don't think you need to come up with a medical excuse as to why you don't do it. So I don't think women should have to say, "I'm on my period again." You want it last 2 weeks ago? But I think that they can. Even if they don't set the tone, that ain't nothing gonna happen. I think that it's ways to kind of halt the advancement of something happening once they are in that space. Now, if you're the type of dude that gets so disappointed feel disrespected that a woman would dare come over to your house while she's on a cycle when she can't give you everything that she got, then that's showing incompatibility, I think, with that man and that woman. That he's just. Bitch, what you come over here for? And she's like, well, I wanted to spend time with you. He'll be like, well, let's spend time when we can spend all the time.
I was talking to my boyfriend about this, and I said, well, let me ask you a question. I said, I get the whole, we're at a hotel, this is the scene, this is the ambiance, this was supposed to go down. But if we're young, because Jada was talking about the gray zone, not the explicit. So if we're young, like you said, we in college, I'm in a dorm, I got a roommate, you in a dorm, you got a roommate. The only alone time we may get is a hotel. But that doesn't mean necessarily we're starting off in the beginning.
Take advantage of it, right?
You know what I'm saying?
No, it means I think that you shouldn't be getting a hotel. I think you have to protect yourself. You have to choose.
But that's why I think it's problem because I feel like I don't mind you trying, but the minute even if I don't be rude and say, get the fuck off me. The minute you touch my shoulder, I'm like, stop playing, we ain't going there. That should be respected. But instead it's like, oh man, like you still see it.
Right,
you tried to
right. They still still trying to sell you shit on the street.
Yeah,
they agree. They like the motherfucking telemarketers.
It's not that I'm not protecting myself. I do feel like you do have to go with self-awareness. Like it's a possibility he's gonna try, and you gotta be prepared for that. But what the guy has to understand is if she says no at any point or give me a sign that's not what she wants, I need to respect that and not try harder.
Agree, but we also got to treat this shit like they taught you in school driving school when you was a rookie. The most important thing about driving the vehicle is not the vehicle you're driving, it's being a defensive driver. And that's the same thing with your vagina and males with your penis. You have to be defensive and think this shit in. Okay, so you put yourself in this hotel room. You think that it was all cool. You think that Johnny is that good of a guy. Johnny done touched your nipple. No, Johnny, stop. Guess what? Johnny's fucking a raging sexaholic child coming from fucking a household that his father has been taking his mother's vagina. Now you got yourself in a situation that you're alone with Johnny and he can do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Now I know some of y'all women are going to be on some gangster shit. I knocked Johnny the fuck out. Nah, my father taught me to keep a blade. All that gangster shit, whatever it is. But reality is you have to be defensive with your vagina. Protect yourself. So don't put yourself in those fucked up predicaments. And if you choose to, then you have to know that things can happen. Every Johnny is not Ty. Every Johnny is not Dante. Ty's going to stop when you say you don't want to. You know why?
Oh, yeah,
I don't even want to fucking be in no coochie that you don't want me in. I need this shit to be an all-around good fucking decision we making.
Right.
You feel me? But is that the same Ty as 15-year-old Ty? Hell no. I know I done talked some girls into losing virginities and things of that sort that they probably didn't fucking want to lose at that time. Now, was I hearing no? No, I wasn't. But maybe I was listening to them. They was talking about you should be paying attention to body actions and things of that. Understand this. Most of us are fucking way before we mature enough to even understand sex.
Right.
And that's why Jada asked at the end. So how do we correct the behavior that's so like ingrained in the culture? Because guys are taught early on it's okay to go do this for this girl. You 13, 14, and you talking to a 17, 18-year-old or an older guy in your head, like, this is what you got to do for this girl. Like, you are taught early on basically how to finesse it. And Jada is saying, or she was asking, even an NFL player that came on, what do we do to counteract that? And he said, basically, all you can do is talk to your nephews, talk to your cousins. It's self-accountability. You have to ask them, like, hey, look, if you do this, try not to do this. Like, you have to kind of, it's one person at a time, basically, because the culture is what it is. Like, guys get slapped on the ass for fucking a bunch of females. And I feel like, personally, like you said, 15-year-old Ty is not 30-plus-year-old Ty. But if somebody who had sexual discipline could have got to 15-year-old Ty and said, listen, Ty, when a woman is showing you this, that doesn't mean do this. It means stop. It means chill. It means don't go no further. But because they're saying, no, Ty, when she do that, what she really saying is da-da-da-da. So in your mind, you thinking you're doing the right thing, but it's just bad teaching coming up. So that's why Jay was saying education is so important.
But education got to be, education, see, that's the thing again. Education is not one-sided. Education is both-sided. We both need to be taught. We both need to be safe zones. We both need to be protecting ourselves. We both need, even if matrodomics, you got a safe word, it's the same thing. If you're going alone with somebody, if my daughter, Lord forbid, and I don't have a daughter, if my daughter, Lord forbid, was caught in a hotel room with a guy and be like, Dad, come get me, he just touched my vagina. First of all, I'm getting there and I'm fucking the dude up, right?
Right.
And I'm wilding my daughter the fuck out. Why the fuck are you in this hotel room with them? I have a problem with that. We have to make things make sense with me. And you don't put
and that's
yourself
not to blame the victim.
I don't go in a crack house. I don't go in a crack house and fucking get mad because a nigga I've made a mistake and stepped on a needle. I'm in a fucking crack house. Why the fuck am I in here? Like I don't belong here because I'm not even when you go into
you don't have a force field, right?
When I sold drugs, I thought about the worst scenarios. So when those scenarios didn't happen, thank God, you feel me? It was a blessing. But Lord forbid those would have happened. I would have had to sit down and I would have had to accept that shit. My niggas that are locked up, they're in jail accepting their shit, most of them. You feel me? You know, you got rats and snitches and things of that sort. But The real are accepting it. You know why? Because they played that game of Monopoly, and guess what? That game of Monopoly, nigga know you could go bankrupt. Nigga know that you could go to jail. Nigga know you could move spaces back. Keep in mind, I don't remember playing Monopoly in my whole life, so these are just the things that I heard. But you can do some other shit on that board too, right?
Right.
All right. So what I'm saying is, we have to know where the fuck, what game we are playing. You feel me? You can't go to the golf course. You can't go to the golf course and then look surprised when the basketball don't fit in the motherfucking hole.
Now, I agree with you there. I do think you have to take self-accountability. Like, I did come to a hotel room, so I do understand why he thought this is okay. But if we use,
and you still should be, what's the name? Hold up, Nathan. You still should be fucking, and niggas, this is not a get out of jail free card either. Make sure, I want y'all to know that I'm saying that to niggas. Even though she done put herself in a fucked up predicament, you have to still be a man. And when she say stop, you have to stop. But and the but, I hate the fucking but because it sounds crazy, but I'm not writing the man's wrong. Men, you have to understand. We have to become disciplined because we are in a crazy world that the Me Too movement is so big and things are looked at so different. Not saying that it didn't mean something back then, but they are looked at so different. I mean, just look at what's on TV versus what was on TV 20 years ago. Shit could slide back then. They used to slide crazy. And it can't slide a second now because everybody's so woke. Everybody's, I was taught, like Dante saying, I was taught that this was wrong. Oh my God, the fuck, this is wrong.
If you go back to the Revenger, was it Porky's and Revenger? I mean, them old 80s movies. Not that I was alive that long, but if you go back to those 80s movies, they literally did any and everything that they wanted to do on those movies, and this was like popular stuff for kids to watch or for teens to watch. So if it was to put a hole in the wall that you could peep at the girl, climb into a window and try to put something in a drink and then take advantage of everybody, take turns. Like, this is what was in all the movies back then. And it was all fine. It was all fun. Like, that's the way you were supposed to. That's the way you're supposed to do it. And what we teach, you teach your boys, somebody hit you, that mean they like you. It's like all of the things that are kind of misleading, should be misleading. The answer is all, when in doubt, fuck it out. It's like, you still go get it. Like, she hit you, she must like you, go after her. She ignoring you, she must like you, go after her. She, ask her again, or the song, that rapey ass song, but baby, it's cold outside. She tries everything she can to get out that damn house. He telling her there's too much snow, here, just drink a little more wine. You know what I mean? Like, she said her father gonna be waiting for her. It's everything.
We so confused.
But I think also, like I said, I get where Ty coming from about the hotel situation, but I feel like when it comes to your house, it's different. I feel like I'm really on board with Dante when it's like, just because I did not want the night to end, don't mean I wanted to have sex. And I think that the hotel, all right, I'm even though we feel different, I'm gonna give you that one time because all right, that's what it is. But my house, because I say, do you want to come back and chill and watch a movie? That automatically means we having sex in your mind. It's like, that's where you get, that's not what I said. Like, I said, do you want to come watch a movie? And then the minute you trying to have sex and I shut it down and you still trying, it's like, why can't my no be enough? Oh, because you invited me back to your house. So, like, what does that mean? I mean, it's not an automatic path to we're fucking.
I agree. I agree. Things just that, everybody views shit. It's the vintage points or vantage point, whatever the fuck it is, vantage score for your credit. I don't know. One of those. But it is what it is with that, and we have to just protect ourselves for all ends. That's how I want to end that conversation, because the topic can go on forever with that one because it is a sensitive one. I think we have to protect ourselves on all ends. Men, do not feel like you can just go through and continue. Women, you have to know that they're going to try, because if we're going to give them this title of being predators and things of that sort, we got to know that it can happen. You feel me? Know how to protect yourself. It's the same way when you walk in the side of a house with a yard with a dog. You're trying to get your ball out the yard, you should know your outage. You should know how to get the fuck out of there. You should know that it's a chance you're going to get bit, or at least that dog is going to try. You need to know how to block it. And I think until you actually are in a solid relationship with a person, you have to understand that those things are what they are. You get what I'm saying?
So, North American Arm makes a 22 that's small enough to fit in your coin pocket, and I think all girls and women should have that because that nothing gets a point quicker than a little small pistol in your hand.
That's true.
Like, it's like a mini 22. It's fantastic.
I got
My daughter's
license
been wanting one forever.
and it's crazy out here. I hope I never have to, use it. But at the end of the day, like you said, it's crazy.
Look,
but I do want to put a statement on what you said, Ty. I don't think that all men are predators. I don't think that. I just think that it is the way y'all think sex, the way we think sex are different. It is innate in y'all, and it's not in us. That's all.
Predator just sounds like I think a predator just sounds very fucking mean and aggressive. So I probably look at it wrong. That's the ignorance in me, because I'm sure the whole definition of it is not bad. But to me, it just sounds like I'm the nigga with the predator nigga that was fighting the other nigga in the movie.
Yeah.
But anyway, yo, look, that's what I hear. Like when y'all say that shit, the nigga that disappeared and didn't show up and cut your neck off, I'm him. Like no, but yeah. So what's the name, man? This has been episode number 19. I am so appreciative of you two. Like I always say, for anybody that comes on this show, it means a lot to me, because you could have been doing anything in this world, but you chose to fuck with the kid on Cards Face Up podcast. Hold up, before we go, Nisa, you got a work husband?
No.
I'll tell you got a work wife?
Nah.
I was looking at that the other day, right? And my homegirl was like, yeah, that's just my work husband. I was like, what the fuck do you mean that's your work husband? Like, you got a real husband at home and this nigga. And a lot of people, and again, I'm not going to stay on this topic because we are closing out, but a lot of people are fucking with having work husbands. Like, and I was thinking, as I was laying next to the one I love, and I
said, she got a work husband?
This motherfucker got a work husband. I'm gonna whoop her mother. All right, y'all be blessed. This is Cards Face Up, episode number 19. We thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all log on to all of the social medias we have, all of the platforms you have to listen to us: Spotify, Apple Music, Google. We are everywhere. Anywhere that you see podcasts, we are there. Cards Face Up podcast. Make sure you listen. I am your host, Ty Hill. This is Dante. This is Sydney, and we love y'all. Have a great week. Peace.
All right. Take care.
All right.